Everything you ever thought you would not make it through, you got past it. Now, if you're currently going through something right now, guess what? You're going to get past that too. All faith is, really, the substance of it is just what you hope for. That's all faith is. It's just real hard hoping. You remember when you was little and you said, I hope I get a bike for Christmas? And you went out there one year and the bike was under the tree? You remember when you said you hope you graduate and you mess around and got a diploma? Didn't you remember when you said you hope you get a job and you mess around and you got a job? Huh? At one point in time, the older you get, this got to start clicking in. That faith is really the substance of things hoped for. That if you hope hard enough, one day you ought to get smart and turn all that hoping into belief. And what is belief? Nothing but faith. And what is faith? Faith is a belief in things that you cannot see. When you ain't see no way you was gonna get a job, he got you one, didn't he? When you ain't see no way you was gonna get that bike, he got you one, didn't he? When you ain't think you was gonna graduate, you graduated, didn't you? That's because God was turning your hopes into faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. You just have to understand that Satan has one job: to rob you of your destiny. When you have thoughts that are negative, that's not God. That's Satan. He's doing everything he can to keep you from being who God made you to be. You got to get focused, man. You got to understand that this hard time that you're going through is everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. Every trial and tribulation you go through prepares you for the life God has for you. All the hard times. First of all, let me just say just one last thing. Now I got to take this picture. You cannot name one single thing that God has not brought you through. If he hasn't brought you through it, he's currently pulling you through it right now. And you know how I know that's true? Because you're sitting in here. You can't. Everything you ever thought you would not make it through, you got past it. Now, if you're currently going through something right now, guess what? You're going to get past that too. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is you. See, your unwillingness to forgive another person is like you sipping the poison, waiting on them to die. You can't sip the poison of unforgiveness and expect them to die. Forgiveness is for you. Something else I heard somebody say: you can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. You can't. If you keep looking in the rearview mirror, you're gonna keep crashing your car. There's a reason why the rearview mirror is this big and the windshield is this big. That's a reason for it. Because all the rearview mirror does is allows you to see what you've passed and to prevent what you've passed from coming up on you again. That's all the rearview mirror is for. The windshield is your future. It's where you're going. It's where you're headed. I hope you all picked up this today. And think about that, how that affects your life. If you got someone who you feel has wronged you and you carrying that, that's like a cancer. And all it's doing is eating away at you. Do you know how many people I've had to forgive that have never asked me for forgiveness? You know how many people I just let go so I could just go where God had for me? Because I just ain't have no more time to spend no more time thinking about that. If your job makes you sick to go to, if you're unhappy with waking up to go to where you gotta go, it's because you ain't living in your gift. You should, before you die, you should do what God created you to do. You really should, man. Now, that don't necessarily mean you gotta quit your job. Some people are born to be teachers, caregivers, nurses, babysitters. Those are gifts, you know what I mean? If you're living in your gift, you cool. It's just if you ain't. Telling jokes was a gift. They're just not just running, jumping. If you paint, you should be painting. If babysitting is what you really do, you should be babysitting. You doing anything. If you fix cars, you work with your hands. You're supposed to be working with your hands. You do anything else, when that alarm clock go off in the morning, you ain't gonna like it. Now, if you waking up, you going down there, they ain't paying you what you want, you hate your coworkers, you down there, your boss has no business being your damn boss. See, that's what messed me up. I never had a boss that I thought should have been in charge of me. That's what was wrong with my ignorant ass. That's why Dick Gregory said, whenever you can treat yourself first class, you should, because it conditions the mind. Once you fly first class, you never go back. Once you get a private jet, you don't even want to fly first class no more, because you're on a private jet. You ain't got to take your shoes off at the airport. They ain't open your bag. Your car, pull around, they open the door, you walk up the steps. They take you right to where you're going. Then it's another car. When you walk down the steps, you don't even go, baggage claim, they put your bag straight off the plane in the car. You don't go do none of that. You fly private, you'll never want to fly first class again, because you get conditioned. All you got to do is you can condition yourself. Once you buy a really nice dress, you don't want a cheap dress no more. You want another nice dress. Once you buy some Christian Louboutins with the red bottoms, you want all your shoes to have red bottoms on it. Y'all got some Christians that got them answer machines still on their phone. And you call their house and you got to hear a whole, thank you for calling, 1 Corinthians 2:5 and 1 said. I appreciate y'all just coming in here. You gotta laugh, man. Laughter is good for you, releases endorphins in your body. Don't be so churchy and so saved where you can't laugh. You know, picking and choosing the jokes because you saved. I'm not laughing at that, I'm saved. Well, if that one joke gets you in any trouble, you was going to hell anyway. That's the only thing I don't like about some Christians. They be so saved. They can't even have a good time. I'm not in no faith. My God created laughter. I'm going to enjoy laughter. You know, and you got to laugh every day. And now it's hard to laugh every day because you're not in front of somebody funny every day. But you're going to have to start laughing every single day. It keeps you young. Now I'm going to tell you the secret now. In order to laugh every day, you're going to have to start laughing at some you ain't supposed to. I'm just telling you right now. If you walking down the street and you see somebody fall down some steps, you don't know them people. And if God turned your head and let you see them fall down them steps, God wrote that joke for you. And I do not let him down. I laugh at everything God writes for me. Like if you say something real stupid up here, that ain't my fault. But I'm here for it though. I'm here for it. And thank you. But I can tell y'all some good folk, or y'all at least got a sense of humor, you know what I mean? You ever seen them Christians don't laugh at nothing? And then y'all got them Christians that got them answer machines still on their phone. And you call their house and you got to hear a whole, oh Lord, 4 chapters. Thank you for calling 1 Corinthians 2:5 and 1 said, thine honor thy love if thine own things to thine own self be true, knowing that healing is coming for those in the divine intervention of the holiest way in thy mother tongue. Feeling that the nature of good and Christian living shall inherit the earth. And they'll be going, hey, I just called to say hi. There's so much stuff you don't know in this world. It's like amazing. I was talking to somebody, I was at this meeting, right? I was a speaker at the SALT convention. There was a convention every year in Vegas called SALT. And it's a gathering of billionaires from around the world. They gather and they make decisions on what they're going to do. And I was a keynote speaker, and I told the guy when he asked me, I said, sir, I'm not a billionaire. Why are you having me speak? He said, we know exactly who you are. He said, but we're intrigued with your story, how you come from nothing to get to where you are. So why don't you just come share your story? So I'm out here and I'm talking to these billionaires, And it's amazing because, you know, the average billionaire in this world is a billionaire because they come from money. Most people that become billionaires don't come from the dirt. They inherit 200 million and they turn it into a billion. So they don't know what you know. They don't know about no hard days and no rough ass nights and So I was talking to them and they were fascinated. And after the thing was over, the billionaires were talking. There was a couple of young guys there. And this guy had graduated from college and he said, yeah, I'm here to bring you all my talent to you all's attention. And he started talking. He says, yeah, I have a degree in this, that, and the other, and I have another degree, and I have 3 degrees, and that's what I do. And, you know, a couple of billionaires was there, was like real hustlers. And they said, well, so you have all these degrees, so what are you offering? Well, if I need to, I'll go back to school and get another degree. He said, if you have 3 degrees and they're not working, why would you go get another one of them? And I just looked at him and I went, wow. Because when you talk to them dudes that make that other kind of money, they're not interested in your degree. They don't need a degree. If they need a degree, they'll hire somebody with one. But if you're really interested in being successful, it's not your education that's going to make you successful. It's your dream and your drive that makes you successful. It has nothing to do with education, man. So if you're sitting out there and you're not an educated person, don't let that stop you. Don't even let that be the reason. Make that be the reason why you become successful. That's what I did. I didn't have an education, so I said, well, but because you don't have an education don't mean you can't be successful. You got vision, you got God. I don't know if you've read the Bible, but education ain't in there. Harvard and USC, Emory, it's not even in the Bible. It ain't in there. Dreams and visions. Faith, dreams, and vision. You be on Broadway with faith, dreams, and vision. And your gift. That's all you need to succeed. Now, if you want to be a dentist or a doctor or a lawyer, look, come on now, you got to go to school, right? I'm not saying, because school is important. But if you don't have one of them skill sets, man, what you going to do? Get to hustling. Get to believing and get to hustling.